It's a little cold, so I don't mind if it's not pointed at me.
Okay. Good.
I'm used to my players being late. Journal's always 15 minutes late, usually.
Okay.
Anyway. Here we go. Oh, by the way, Monica's here. Say hi to her guest star. Anyway.
Hi, Monica.
Where was I? Right, welcome back everyone to Identitatem, Discrimine lies within. Last we left off, the party discussed how things will change with the Angel Seeker now that they got all these abilities and this new quest about collecting these 12 discs that can grant IDs. Mirai tells them nothing new has to change, so they do just that. Nothing changes. They do a job, but something wrong happens on their way to completing the job. And it was up to Ryuken to salvage it. And they discovered the new id user guy. They fight it. Ryu, I still call him Ryu. Billy.
Really? Sino ba si Ryu?
Billy
Palitan mo
unlocks
kaya ng
his
pangalan si
id.
Billy. Ryu muna.
No, that was his new name I gave because Journal didn't like that he was named after Billy Jeans. It's not my lover. It's a bad habit I just need to learn to change. Anyway, so yeah, he got his newfangled epic id ability and even made a friend out of the enemy. Alright, so with all that said and done, that's what Billy and the others were doing during all that. Meanwhile, though, we can't forget.
Si Tokyo ba nasaan? Di ba hindi naman nila kasama? Nakatulog, di ba?
Yeah, Billy and Tokyo were doing a job, but Tokyo, during the car crash, was rendered unconscious.
Yeah.
Only Billy was able to do chase. So, while all of that was happening, Fantasia was doing her own shit.
Nasa school siya, di ba, pumasok?
Fantasia always wears long sleeves and gloves. Anytime she removes those, she is reminded of her memories, the tragic loss of her limbs. Every time she looks at her mechanical arms, she is reminded of the days. Though usually the memories start with sadness, they always end with the memory of Tokyo and Billy.
Ano na pala si bakal na?
Yeah.
Isang kamay lang?
Yeah. Panacea was born into a noble family.
Okay.
She was born into wealth. Although her upbringing has given her plenty of benefits, it has also given her plenty of disbenefits as well. Throughout her childhood, she has felt as if she was nothing but a slave to her family. Early on in her life, her family discovered that she has quite the great intellect, getting herself an IQ of something like 162 or something. And so as such, she was under a lot of pressure and obligation to meet the family's expectations and do her stuff. She was sheltered and under a lot of control as a result. And feeling she was not able to do anything against it, she mostly just remained quiet and did as she was told, hiding all of the burden and anger and sadness she's been feeling. However, she hid it all under an emotionless and unfeeling personality that was purely nothing but objective and logical and rational. However, this facade would one day find itself being broken when she found herself getting when she found out the news that she got herself an arranged marriage as well, along with everything else that's been being controlled out of her. Oh, where's the part where she lost her arms? Actually, resources, life burdened. Wait, what the frick? Where's the part of her backstory where she lost them? I can't find them, but if I remember correctly, she lost her arms at a young age. She didn't start off disabled, but there was an accident, and then she lost her arms. Car accident maybe or something, I think. Anyway, when she heard about the arranged marriage, that's when she finally got a breakdown. And during that breakdown, she harmed one of her maids, caused them to be permanently blind, scratched their eyes out. Panacea did. But after that happened, Panacea immediately snapped out of it and felt real bad. The family did everything they could to make sure the incident was covered up and no one could know about it. The maid was sent for an early retirement or whatever break, and stuff. And Panacea went to go do work immersion in the guise of doing it as work immersion rather than to serve a criminal sentence. And along with that, she also began studying medicine and surgery and all that stuff, so she could fix her mistake and bring the eyes of the ones she stole. Ultimately, it was due to this incident that her family finally learned about all the repressed anger and stuff Panacea's been holding. And it was also there that Panacea learned that her parents are actually really nice and understanding. And as such, after all that shit happened, and once they're done, the families all promised to each other they'd be more open and talkative of their problems and stuff. And they even canceled the arranged marriage and all that stuff. However, despite all that, and yeah, during her work immersion working at the bank to serve her sentence, she meets Tokyo, and now she's working with them.
Doon pala sila nagkakilala, no? Yung
Yeah.
unang ni Tokyo sa bank.
Yeah, along with Billy as well, because
Nice.
Billy and Panacea was actually working together in the same bank. And you found them while you were trying to steal what was more of a vault than a bank. Despite not having any arranged marriage to worry about anymore, she does still have to worry about rumors and shipping. People will always talk behind her back, and there's not much she can do about it. So, this happened a few days after the retrieval of the first ever disc against the evil corporation of necromancy. Panacea.
Parang umbrella corp yun, diba?
I guess so, yeah. Panacea, it was like lunch or something when suddenly Panacea was approached by her field's currently top student, regarded as a prodigy. A man, though he may not look all that great and is a four eyes, because he's wearing glasses. People apparently call people who wear glasses four eyes. I don't understand it myself, but yeah, he looks like a four eyes, but despite that, thanks to his great intellect and and wealth, he is generally regarded by his peers to be pretty good and stuff, and yet regarded as a prodigy. Suddenly, this guy, his name is Matalino.
Wow. Saan mo
First
nakuha
name
yun?
Mata, last name Lino.
Lino.
I am very good at making names.
Bagong papasok yun sa group nila.
Anyway, Mata goes to Panacea, and then he's like, "Yo, Panacea, since you are of equal intellect of me, I'm actually working on a very personal, very important research project, and I believe it would be within both of our best interest if we work together. What do you say? There will be benefits for you if you do it." And Panacea is like, alright, why not?
Nag-decide agad si Panacea, di man lang niya inano. I'll think about it.
It's a top secret project, so I would appreciate it if you told no one and stuff.
Oh.
And then we will start in a specified schedule, and I'll tell you
Smell
where we're
fishy.
doing it. Top secret, eh? Well, I guess I'm pretty excited. And in the background, there's like students and like, oh my gosh, they're so good, they're smart, they're working on a top secret project together. You think this is just Mata's like way of flirting and getting on with it? They're totally girlfriend and boyfriend.
Nakuha mo na pala yung kalan kung napatay ko.
Why don't you do it?
Ayoko nung patungod ako. Sorry, sa pagmunta dito umakyat. Kunin ko yung bits ko. Okay, great.
Alright, ignoring all those, Panacea soon headed off to go to the Angel Seekers headquarters. And then she was like, alright, so I gotta go work on this top secret personal project or something. So you guys go on without me. Mirai, you're substituting. With that, she went off, while Tokyo and Billy also went off to go do a heist, another job.
Ano ang next job nila?
It was with the titanium and the fighting with the
Tapos na ba? Hindi
Yeah.
pa.
No, this is a flashback.
Okay.
Billy and Tokyo went off to do
Yeah.
a thing, and then they were attacked by titanium and stuff. And during that time, Panacea went off to talk about and do their stuff and stuff. Alright, so we're somewhere near the medical university thing. There's like a nice and beautiful foresty fields, and in that beautiful wild foresty fields, there's a little laboratory. It's unused and abandoned. It used to belong to the school, but they've gotten better facilities now. So that place is typically off limits and stuff, but apparently Mata was able to get access to it with his funding to get some of his project done. And now Panacea is here too. She's here just in time, can't be tardy and all of that. The lab itself, at least its exterior, it definitely seems abandoned. It seems Mata didn't bother in the slightest on trying to clean it up. Sighing sharply, Panacea goes on to open the door, but she is met only with darkness. she tries to see if anyone's there by calling. Hello, anyone here? Mata, are you here? I've arrived just on schedule. The door opens more, but again, there's no lights, only from the windows of the sunlight and the now open door. In the window nearby, there's a table lit up by the window light, and lighting up in the table. There's a note. Uh, it reads very big, to Panacea or something. So, curious, Panacea approaches it and reads the thing. It seems to have Mata's handwriting based on what she knows. It reads that he got some urgent business to attend to all of a sudden. There's a hole in your pants. And yeah, he says he's going to be late. So Panacea is asked to simply wait patiently and to get her the most sincerest of apologies. And Panacea is like, I guess that's fine.
Curious na ako sa character niya.
So, since Panacea is going to have to wait for who knows how long, if there's one thing Panacea is, it is curious. She is always a curious mind, one that asks questions and seeks answers. So, while waiting, she figured she should at least try figuring out what this secret project is about.
What's inside?
She's going to try exploring the laboratory and see what she can find. Although, based on what she's seen so far, the lab is in quite a mess. Although not one to believe in ghost stories and stuff, the laboratory seems like it's straight out of some sort of horror flick, and she's some sort of main protagonist exploring it. She looks around. Where? And dice calculator. There's notes and stuff scattered all over, various junk and paper and whiteboards filled with random gobbledygook writing that she can't make any heads or tails out of. But what's most disturbing about the scene upon closer inspection is that there are weird pink liquid scattered all about. Curious, Panacea decides she'll investigate on this pink liquid. She touches it with her thing and tries smelling it and feeling it. Although it's pink, she can't help but feel it might be somehow familiar, like something she already knows. Because based on the smell and stuff. Panacea rolls for learning. She will use her medical knowledge to ascertain what this pink goop might be.
Ba't di ko ma-open yung character sheet ni Panacea?
You can't. Just keep left clicking. Wait.
I can.
But wait, you have access.
But I can't open it.
Hold on.
Bakit ako kanina? Dali ko nga, close to.
Like I said, man, the left mouse button just sometimes doesn't respond. Anyway, the learning is for
Asan tayo? Isa na dito. Ayun.
And 4 is a 1d10. Don't forget the d20.
Okay. Niliitan ko na naman itong mga ano. Oh. Okay. Ito, di ba? 4, 6, 8, 10. 4, 6, 8, 10. Naka-ready na.
Yeah, I organized them for you.
Okay.
Don't forget the d20 alongside it.
8 and 14.
8 and 14, that is a 22. Thinking back through her knowledge and stuff, Panacea very quickly ascertains what this pink liquid is. It's blood. But however, it is pink. She has absolutely no idea how or why, but this
There's
blood
blood
is some.
inside.
There's blood around this lab, and somehow it's pink. While
Because it's
doing all
inside.
that though, would be they really are quiet sometimes. Anyway, Panacea, while studying the viscous liquid that she now knows is blood, something else catches her attention. Okay, that's actually really loud now. She can hear a faint sound of some sorts. It sounds like it could be a person. She can hear some sort of faint scratching sound along with something else. It goes a little something like this. It sounds like someone might be crying. She can ascertain for certain that whoever's making that noise, it is somewhere within this laboratory. Panacea is curious, but she's unsure whether or not following that voice may be a good idea or not. In the meantime, though, she has basically nothing else left to do anyway. So, what do you say you want to do? You want to investigate the noise?
Yeah. I will lap it.
Alright. Bumbling through the darkness, Panacea tries, moving cautiously and slowly. She's getting to a little deeper into this tiny little laboratory that has lesser amount of lights in it. And the place is becoming darker, but at the same time, the noises are only becoming louder. Does Panacea want to make any noise herself? Perhaps alert her presence and
No.
ask if someone's there?
Walking slowly but surely and
Alright.
searching where that noise come from.
Slowly and cautiously we go then. Alright then. I would like Panacea to make a perception roll now
Perception
to
is
navigate
1.
through the darkness.
Yan. Paano mo nalaman?
You
One.
read the ones at the top.
120.
Oh, nice. A 20 on the D20. Roll again. It explodes.
Kapag same number pala, no? Kahit 1 lang siya, ang taas niya to.
Yeah.
9 or 6.
Wherever the dot is, that's a 6. Alright, so that's 20 plus 6 plus 1, 27, yes. Alright, while stumbling through the dark, Panacea notices a couple more traces of this pink goop. There's even some on the ceiling somehow, dripping. And Panacea quite doesn't like blood, so she's trying her best to avoid it. She may be a scientist, but she is also one with manners. She is, after all, a noble lady, so she can't go having blood on her on her uniform now, can she? And while stumbling and getting closer, suddenly, Panacea also stumbles upon something else. There's
Pinatapakan siya.
Nah, not something she stepped on. Actually, there's another table and there's more notes in it. It's a little dark, so she can't quite read it, but she has a feeling it seems important. She can read something in the darkness, something very large. It seems to be a research paper of some kind. The title reads Witchcraft,
Ooh.
with a subtitle of Theophile no Kiseki.
Meaning?
I don't know actually, I forgot. Hmm?
Okay.
Theory of dark magic or something. Panacea is
So,
very
inside
curious.
the lab is there's someone using it.
She's very curious now, and she wants to know. Although she doesn't want to believe it, considering where she found this research paper, she really wants to read it, or at the very least know who wrote this research paper. But unfortunately, she can't discern anything else through all this darkness. She'll have to ignore the noises first if she wants to read the paper further. So, what does Panacea want to do? Suddenly, while she's thinking this, she hears the voice again. This time, it's no longer just crying. She heard, jazz is rather loud. She said the person that's crying suddenly said something. Somebody, anybody.
And Panacea got curious and curious. So she moved immediately to that sounds. To that
At the
voice.
feeling that someone might be in danger,
Yeah.
Panacea's curiosity is instead replaced with bravery and a sense of justice.
Yeah.
So, she moves closer to the noise, and she finds that the source of the noise is coming through a door. The door doesn't seem locked, but it seems that this person is on the other side of this door. Based on what she remembers, there will be absolutely no light whatsoever in that once she goes inside that room. Bracing for the worst, she opens the door cautiously and looks around. It seems there are some lights though, although the lights of the lab are no longer functioning. Electricity doesn't run through to this part of the school anymore. There do seem to be some portable lights around the corner of the room. The lack of dust in the light sources leads Panacea to believe that these are recent additions, probably, most likely, by Mata. The room is empty. Blood are scattered all over, and there's a lot, but save for the fact that there's blood, lots of blood, pink blood, in fact, all over the floor. In fact, almost enough to make a pool around 5 centimeters in height of deep. So yeah, there's lots of blood, and there's even magic circles like pentagrams and even more research notes that you can't read any out of, scattered all over the walls and the ceiling. There might be more on the floor, but all you can see is blood. Yeah, the blood seems to be somewhat glowing, the pink blood. So yeah, the pentagram drawn out of the pink blood on the wall is also there, but what's obviously you can't deny most and foremost is what's in the center of the room. There's a cage, and inside the cage, Panacea can just barely make out what seems to be a form that is in the shape of a person with long hair and stuff. It seems to be a woman of some kind. She can quite plainly hear what the lady without clothes is saying now. Help me, please. What is Panacea's response?
I will help. I will ask, who is she and why is she there inside?
Alright, Panacea starts first by using words of comfort. It's okay, I'm here now. Tell me what happened. Who are you? The naked lady in the cage starts whispering something. So, Panacea couldn't quite hear it all that well. So,
Nakaka-nervous naman.
Panacea tries to approach closer so she can hear it better. As her footsteps, as she walks closer, the blood puddle makes noises, you know, pluk, pluk, like that with every step. And then she's like, "You can speak louder. It's okay. You can trust me. Now tell me what you need, and I'll try my best." Ooh. Sour?
Yeah.
I'm the one running it, and I'm the one whose heart is beating fast. The fuck? Anyway, she gets closer and closer, and the girl repeats the same thing over and over. Hungry. So hungry. After hearing that, Panacea felt a twinge of anger and the guilt at this girl. She's probably been imprisoned here for a long time now and is now very much starving, most likely, and weak. Yes. Approaching closer and trying with intent to free the girl. Panacea is like, "Who did this to you? Don't worry. I'll get you out of here, get you some clothes and call for help, and get you something to eat. I'm a pretty good cook, you know, so you can trust me." The door does have a lock, but strangely enough, it isn't actually locked. Upon touching the thing, Panacea just finds out that the lock can very easily. It's not actually, so no need to find the key or anything. She just tears it open and knocks it all off, and then opens the cage door. But she also notices. Not notices, but upon throwing the lock out,
bakit pinagtaka si Panacea na pwede naman palang lumabas yung babae inside the cage?
yeah, she suddenly realizes that the lock is not actually locked and the girl isn't actually imprisoned. Upon throwing away the lock, the puddle of blood actually splashes, and some of them actually splashes into Panacea's face, maybe. And for absolutely no reason at all, I would like you to make a will roll.
2, 6. $18 and 2, 20.
An 18 and a 2.
Ang tataas ngayon ng number ko
I know, right? Hell yeah. Thankfully.
Ay, nung nakaraan 18 and 2.
Alright, so that's a 20. Alright, so Panacea ignores the blood that trickled in her face She's more and more curious about this lady now.
Mm.
So, upon hearing Panacea's words and hearing the door open and the splashes and stuff, so, you'll feed me? The naked lady asks. Her back still turned. What does Panacea say in reply?
With lots of curiosity and confusion, everything, nahihirapan si Panacea mag-isip. Since andun na siya, I will end this mystery. I want to know everything. So,
Alright, then what does she do?
papalakasin niya yung babae and tutulungan niya.
Alright, with the door already open, Panacea tries to let go of any suspicion on the lady and is still and will try her best to believe that the lady is still the victim here. And she says, yes, I'll anything for you. I think you might need it, you know. If you have any requests, you know, I'll try my best to cook them. And so the lady, she could feel as if the lady suddenly smiled behind her back. And the lady saw like, then in that case, the lady turns around, revealing its vicious smile, her teeth sharp, and her eyes opened wide. Her iris is pink and glowing. Amidst the darkness, she shouts, then in that case, I'll help myself to you!
I will eat you.
And the lady pounces on Panacea and opens her mouth wide with intent to go bite at Panacea, most likely. Panacea is obviously shocked at this. Thanks to her surprise, this attack is made with, what is it, Monica? Yes, you're running out of coffee. I'll deal with that later. That is a 16 and a 7.
Mas mataas ka. Baka makain
Against
ka pa
Panacea's guard. 16 plus 7. That is a 23. Alright, it wasn't a damaging attack, however, actually. Thankfully. But it does still beat your guard. Alright, the naked lady pounces. Panacea tries to cover. As a reflex reaction, she tries to block the attack with her arm. The naked lady bites at the arm, and electricity and metal is flown all around as the naked lady bites at her arm as if it was nothing, like it was just cloth, and she easily just bit it and freaking tore it off of Panacea, ripping off one of her artificial limbs.
Yeah, wise.
She screams in agony and pain and begins backing away at the lady as the naked lady backflips back, her arm still in the mouth of the lady. She just casually it like that, like some sort of rabid dog.
Yung metal arm ni Panacea?
Yeah, she's got one less arm now to work with.
Wow, ano ba si Panacea?
And now the ladies once again slowly approaching. What's the matter? You said you feed me. I want to eat. I want to feed. I am hungry. The lady said. Panacea is scared out of her mind and knows for sure she has to do something. So, with that in mind, what do you do? What does Panacea do?
I will fight back with all my agility.
Okay. You're gonna go in there and punch her with one of your mechanical arms.
My natural arm.
No, she has no arms. Both of them are mechanical.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
You can go to the combat zone now. Actually, that's where the fights happen. And so Panacea will approach and attack.
Mhm.
Okay. Roll for agility to attack then.
Please higher. Give it to me, or else Panacea will get worse. Uy, 18 and 3.
Alright then. I will make a defend action.
Lower
10
please.
and an 8 and a 7. So that is a 17 plus 8. What did you roll?
23.
A 23. I rolled a 25, so I successfully blocked the attack. Panacea punches, but the lady grabs her arm effortlessly. And Panacea, surprised, the lady crushes her arm, her mechanical arm, and throws it away before Panacea could do anything. Her attack was blocked, and now her arm, and now her other arm is also a little in a bit of a trouble. Alright, it's the naked lady's turn, and she will move away using a move action. She backflips, and now she's on a wall like a spider. She just uses her really sharp claws to stick to it. And now she's on the wall
Patatingin si Mata.
looking at you. You cannot. She's way too fast and agile and stuff. As she's on the wall, she's staring at you all the while, flinching
With a
like
red
this
eye.
with her
Pink eyes
pink
pala.
eyes, staring intently at you. Now she is out of your range, and you couldn't do opportunity attacks because she's got a feat that prevents that. And yeah, she's in the wall. She's in the wall now. What do you want to do? It seems whatever this thing is, she's not normal. In fact, she seems to be pretty powerful. She tore off and broke your mechanical arms.
Wala pang mic si ano?
No, Panacea. Yeah, she has 0 might.
So hindi pwede gamitin.
It seems so. Nah, she can use it, but you know, it sucks. She only has a D20 she can roll for it.
I will use my mental.
Panacea believes she is outmatched
Yeah.
and might have to rethink things.
Yeah. Kailangan ko siya may perception.
By the way, the exit is just right here. Don't mind the fact that it says locked. It's not actually locked. I'm just an idiot.
Nasa ano na ba tayo? Wala pa.
Hmm?
Ginawa ka na?
Combat zone.
Oo, meron na?
Yeah. Try moving your thing. Remember, if you hold down right click and pan around, you can move the camera.
Ha? Right click and
Hold down right click and then move it around. Move the mouse around. Move the camera. Pan around the map. You should be able to see it. You can also zoom in or out using the scroll wheel. Where are you?
Patay na ko eh.
I told you we're in the combat zone.
Masa na yung ano ko kanina?
Ano mo kanina? I guess that's pretty smart.
Para makita ko mga maayos yan. Okay. will use my perception.
Alright. To do what?
I will sabihin ko sa kanya na meron akong mga kasama and they're on the way here and they will kill you if they see me that I'm...
That's not perception.
Ano yan?
That's more like deception.
Deception? Wala pa akong deception eh.
Yeah, you're gonna try to bluff and scare the scary lady
Yeah.
who obviously is scarier than you and has the advantage.
Yeah. Siya ang advantage eh, right?
Yeah.
Pwede ko ba sabihin sa kanya na I can help you. I can help you back to your normal. Go back to
So,
your normal tsura.
Persuasion?
Ha?
Persuasion then? You're gonna try to persuade her?
Wala
Although
pa
you
akong
have no
persuasion
evidence and you have no confidence, you'll be able to back it up anyway even. And yeah, you also don't have any persuasion.
Okay, that's...
Alright.
Feeling ko magbabattle na lang si Panacea. Kasi
Pan
ando na siya eh.
Panacea turns around to where the door is. It's still open, and if she remembers correctly, there's a bunch of heavy furniture just near that door. You see what I'm getting at here?
Yeah.
So what do you do?
Run to the door.
Alright then. Panacea makes a Maya dash for the exit. And I assume she's gonna close it.
Yeah, and close it, lock it.
Alright, she closes it. No point locking it since you know that's the inside. That's like having my door, locked from the outside instead of the inside of my room. That'd be counterintuitive. So instead, she's gonna have to try jarring the door in other ways. She sees some shell.
Hindi pala ito main door yung nilapasan niya, kundi pumasok siya sa isang room.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, she's gonna have to roll for might to try blocking the door and pushing
Wala
shelves
siyang
and
might.
stuff. Yeah, so you're just gonna have to roll your d20 and hope for the best. Yeah. The door's way too far away actually. It's a pretty small room.
Give it to me 20, baby. 9.
9. Alright. Alright, so Panacea tries her best, but she isn't exactly very strong. So she's like pushing it as best as she can. Meanwhile,
one arm left.
yeah, the naked lady starts rushing up towards her, and Panacea is worried with the sudden rush of adrenaline. She suddenly gains just enough strength to block the door just in time. She hears a boom, and she's like this, and she's like that. But she was able to block the way to of the naked lady successfully. But more blood spilled around Panacea as she was doing that. And now suddenly she feels herself being nauseous and dizzy, and her head starts hurting. Like she's got some sort of migraine going. Alright, it might not, the shelf might not hold the naked lady for too long. What does Panacea want to do while the lady's still locked and stuff? So the shelf won't hold Panacea, won't hold the lady for too long. Panacea has to act quick. She remembers and sees that the research paper is still there about witchcraft and stuff. Meanwhile, she's still behind the door, trying her best to keep the lady from, pushing it off, using whatever strength she can muster against it. What does Panacea want to do?
Read the witchcraft paper. Baka yun
Alright.
yung makatulong sa kanya ng big help sa kanya.
Alright, so Panacea decides to make a break for it. She lets go of the she lets go of the shelf. She still feels like her head hurts and she still feels slightly nauseous. But ignoring it and chalking it up to just simple fear from the fact that her heart is beating so fast, she makes a mad dash for it and grabs the research notes, heading immediately to the other room that has a little bit more lighting. So Panacea is out of there. Meanwhile, the naked lady is gonna try smashing this door open now. So here I go. Hope I don't break it in one turn.
No, lower please.
An 11.
Yay!
Alright. You hear a loud smash as she screams, "Rah!" like that. It makes a noise, but it seems it's still good. While Panacea hears that in the background, she quickly makes a mad dash to the nearest window and the table. She puts down the thing and quickly tries her best to skim through the information. Panacea has to make a learning roll.
Learning more. Deepen. Higher please. Give it to my baby. Yeah, what? Yeah. 6
Yikes!
Ulit! Ulit!
No do-overs. That's a 7. Too late. This roll doesn't count. This roll doesn't count. You failed. Alright. Panacea can't seem to find any useful information, but before she could open the book, the paper notes, she was able to read one distinguishing and important thing. The writer of witchcraft, Theophile no Kiseki, is Matalino.
Di ba tingnan si Mata?
No.
Ulitin mo nga! Ulitin mo nga yung sabi mo kasi nag-ano ko kasi.
Never happened to no phones allowed.
Go. Ulit.
The writer of the research paper is Matalino.
Okay.
That was
Yung
all
witch,
she
yung
could.
witch.
That was all she could discern out of it. But the headache is making it real hard for her to see. Like her eyes are starting to blur
Alam kaya ni Mata na mayroong laman na tao sa loob?
and stuff. Probably.
Or product kanya? Baka product niya yun, in-experiment niya.
Anyway, Fancy is trying to see if she can. Fancy is trying to see once again if she can still read some more and try to clear her headache. Meanwhile, the naked lady takes another large pounce at the door. A 5.
Lower. Okay.
Thankfully, the naked lady seems to be having trouble with the thing. Come on, let me eat you! She screams while muffledly. Meanwhile, Panacea continues trying to see if she can read it, but amidst all the chaos and trying to read, Panacea hears something. The door to the lab opened. Someone entered.
Who is it?
Panas,
Bata?
hmm? You do not know. You can't see yet. Your eyes are still a little blurry, and you're still trying to focus on reading up on the research paper. Make another learning roll.
10. Give it to me, baby. Higher, please. 8 and 5.
8 and 5. Unfortunately for Panacea, she really just can't see clearly and straight anymore. The headache is really bad. And to top it all off, it seems it's getting worse and worse. But you are able to read something just in time, and reading it fills you with anger. It reads blood skelter, and it discerns about the pink blood. Apparently, if you touch those pink blood, you get something which Mata calls blood skelter. The more times you are exposed to the blood by touch, you lose more and more of your brain functions, and you become more and more powerful, until eventually you become nothing but a killing machine, and your eyes start glowing pink.
Oh.
That girl is a...
Iba na Panacea nung una? Diba hindi naman?
No, yeah, you've been touching it with nothing but your mechanical arms, but upon fighting with the naked lady, yeah, you started...
Natalsikan pala
Yeah,
siya.
natalsikan
Madami.
ka na ng medyo, yeah. And now, it seems you are at level 2 of Blood Skelter, which means you're physically stronger now, but it's a lot harder to think and see your and stuff. And soon enough, you're gonna start losing control of your body as well. The effects of Blood Skelter seem to be more potent, as in they work faster on women. Panacea reads
Yung brain
this.
niya parang hindi yan nagpa-function. Hindi na siya nakakapag-isip ng maayos.
Panacea is filled with anger from this. Once again, she's been lied to, and with this anger, suddenly she hears a voice. So what? Are you just gonna let that stand, Panacea? And Panacea is like, huh? Who said that? Show yourself. We're down here, doofus! And I thought my master would be smarter. Panacea looks down to see tiny red droplets with arms and legs and happy bright smiles on them. 4 of them, in fact. And they're smiling and waving. Hello! And Panacea's like, oh great, now I'm hallucinating as well. What? No, silly, we're not hallucinations. We're real. And Panacea's like, you're real? Wait, does that mean? Suddenly she has flashbacks of her inserting the id and the id disc and Mirai saying, when the time comes and when you're in greatest danger, that is when your abilities shall surely expose themselves. I have no doubt in that. She remembers those words that Mirai said. You guys, you're my id ability?
Ano yun? Ano yung mga inability niya? Maliliit?
Yeah, tiny little red droplets of red blood, it seems.
Ba, parang yung bala ni ano, ah.
Yeah, that's right. We're your ability, and we're here to help
Medyo
you.
nakahinga-hinga na si Panacea.
And it's time to turn things around. You can call me Baby A, and I'm the leader around here, and this here's Baby O, Baby B, and Baby AB. Now let's get cracking. The door opens, and you can hear footsteps. Whoever entered that door surely gotta be the bad guy. No doubt it's Mata. Lino. So yeah, do something about it. We're gonna do something about it.
So bad guy pala talaga si Matalino.
As you hear the footsteps.
Jay, bad guy siya.
Yeah. You also hear a voice. It seems the guy is talking to himself, and no doubt that voice is Matas.
Ginamit lang pala niya si
My eyes are getting, my glasses are getting a little blurry. I need to clean it up. Oh well, it's just a fake anyway. It's not like I actually need glasses. Anyway, if I'm correct, Panacea, with all her stupid curiosity, should have stumbled upon the lady now, and no doubt should be insane by this point. Now all I gotta see is how she is, and then I'll use my psychological tactics and make her my slave. And she sees Panacea and the bloods and stuff. Hello, Panacea. Good job. You waited for me. So yeah, let's start the experiment. Let me out. Let me out. And you can still hear the lady still trying her best to try getting out. And Panacea is like, the jig is up. I know what you're doing. You're doing some experiments with witchcraft, as you call it, is it? Then I guess there's no point hiding it anymore. Yes, this was all part of my plan. Although you still seem to have your mind intact, based on the amount of blood you have in you now, I doubt you'll be able to keep up for long. And I also got a special ability, you see. That is what founded this research.
But wala naman dito si Mata sa battle zone.
He's here. Let me... There.
Andyan na siya. Okay.
I woke up one day and found myself with these strange powers. My blood suddenly turned pink, but in exchange, it seems whenever someone touches my blood, it acts as some sort of psychedelic. I was curious, you see, and more importantly, I thought I could use these powers for my own gain. Anyway, since you've found out, but it's not like there's anything you can do, but still, can't afford to be reckless, so it's time for me to show you my witchcraft. Behold my power! And suddenly revealing from behind him, manifesting a giant hulking monster that serves as his id ability. And the babies are all like, aha, there it is! That's his id ability, no doubt! That's the cause of the pig blood and the stuff! And it's like, huh, who the fuck's talking? Are those... I see. So I'm not the only one with this ability. That would explain how you've managed to survive this long. But no matter. Let's finish this. Alright, and
maglalaban na id by id.
Yes. Alright, babies. Time to show me what you guys can do. Literally, because I have no idea what you guys can do. And like, leave it to us. Alright, so it seems... Who's gonna go first? Yeah, Panacea gets to go first. Alright. Suddenly, the frickin' babies go into Panacea's arm and go inside. Yeah, propeller! You have propelling mechanisms on your arms, right? They should still be functional on your left arm. Now go point it at that guy and fire away! Fire us away! And Panacea's like, huh? Okay, I trust you. And with that, she points her palm and then fires the baby bloods away. Like that, and straight to Mata, and they all go, Yahoo! Straight to Mata. Alright, so Panacea rolls for entropy.
Five.
That is a 2d6. Oh my god! A 5!
1-6.
Alright, so Panacea is surprised. So she gets knocked down and is now on her and is now sitting like this, surprised by the amount of recoil the baby's caused. However, the baby still launched at high speeds. Mata's like, what? You fired your ids to me? Witchcraft, block that thing. And the id moves in front of Mata and blocks it with his body. And they're like, pook, like that. And they just go, pook, pook, pook. All four babies, ow, ow, ouch, ow. And they all just fall beside Panacea and they're like, oh. And she's like, she looks at Mata and then she looks at her id ability guys, and they're like, what the? You guys are useless. Not only are you guys, I thought you guys would at least be strong, but you guys are not only tiny, but you're also weak. And then the babies are like, what are you talking about? We hit him dead on. Now he's affected by a very virulent disease that we invented just for this. And Mata's like, huh? Wait, what the heck are you guys talking about? Ugh! What the? I'm feeling snake venom? You guys injected snake venom into me? And yeah,
Sino ang nag-inject ng snake venom? Sila pa na
the
siya?
babies,
Wow,
yeah.
why?
And now Mata is like from the poison of the snake, and it's like, whoa, holy crap! It's fucking cobra. It's like I was bit by a cobra. What the heck? The venom is spreading through my blood very quickly. And Fantasy's like, huh? But how? Hehe, that is our ability, you see. We have the ability to cover our body with a sort of solvent. We can be like medicine, or we can even be like poisons. Well, whatever it is, as long as you know how to make it. I see. So this is my blood, huh? Looks like you've been hit with a bit of bad blood, Mata. Your blood is bad, get it? And it's named after a song. And it's like, shut up. It's Mata's turn now. Since he is hit with the persistent damage bane, he will have to roll to see if he takes damage. Alright. The venom is quickly spreading, but he's able to hold off for now. So my blood is turning poison now, huh? Then it seems it's quite clear what I gotta do. Suddenly his id, witchcraft, punches his own body and makes a little donut, and Mata's like, ah, that hurts like hell. And then the baby's like, what the heck? He's punching himself. Is this guy crazy? And then suddenly the id guy bursts out his arm, and the arm is now flowing with blood, pink blood. And then he throws it, and Fantasy is like, oh shit, that was his plan. He got some of his own blood so he could throw it at us. Take this! He throws it. Fortitude versus Guard. I rolled a 19.
Wow, taas.
Alright, so Fantasy is gonna get hit by that. Do you wanna like make a defend action? Try blocking it?
Yeah.
Alright, how do you block the fucking rain of blood that's going towards you?
I will cover up. Paano?
If you examine your environment, you can see there's plenty of places and stuff you can use as cover. Yeah, I smell it too. What the hell?
Napatay mo ba yung ano?
No, but it was already turned off.
Oo nga, patay na. Baka may nagsusunog. Sarado mo na yan!
Yeah.
Patay pala yung mga ano.
33 degrees Celsius. Jesus, it's so hot. Yeah, I think we can finish this. Or not.
Okay, ano
Anyway,
gagawin ko?
you
I
can
will
roll
ask help for my sa mga intro.
You can try jumping away. There's like a table you can use as
Yung mga
cover
furniture, yeah.
quickly. Yeah, using the furniture
Okay.
you can use. So,
Agility.
yeah.
8.
Wait, what did I roll again? I think it was an 18. So you gotta roll higher or equal to an 18 to block the attack successfully.
And then nga, agility is 6. Tama ito, di ba? Okay.
Yeah. Your agility is 3, so it's 1d8. Are you sure that's a 1d8 and not a d10 or something?
4, 6, 8.
Alright, then go.
Higher please. 15.
Total?
Yeah.
Alright. So,
4 and 11.
Panacea tries her best, but she was too slow. Bits of blood. Oh, no, wait. No. Panacea ducks and hides behind the table. And she was able to successfully dodge the blood. But then Mata's like, "Ha! You fool! You think I'm smart, you know. I always have plans. Look at where you are now. Now that you're under that table." And then Panacea's like, "You put blood in. There's blood under the table, and I just touched some of it." So even though she dodged it, she still technically got hit. Now she is at Blood Skelter level 3. The target is drunk with power and can't stop laughing hysterically. Advantage 2 on all attacks, plus 3 to all defenses.
Ha? Ilang piraso? Kano ang inom once a day? 3 months pa lang.
All defenses? Weird. Wait, what? 16?
It's about who's right or wrong. Who we belong with. Till then, I'll kiss your lips and pretend we're friends. 'Cause we're both speaking.
Just like music, that's connected rambles.
come to me. A very real one.
Oh, straight. That's gotta be pretty rare, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Been a little while, but I'm still battling. Moving fast while you just battling. No time for me, no tangling. Hit you with stuff with no angling.
I'm not a princess.
A lot of anger with it.
Oh no, don't you know?
Flashy rhymes, cut it with spangles. Sass some sounds anytime. So angles, three dots connect to rectangles. Just like music, sounds connecting rambles. Hell no, no man.
Okay, let's do it. Tapusin na natin ito, okay?
Forever.
Hmm?
Tapusin na natin.
You took a while.
Tagal eh.
Couldn't you just told them to wait?
Hindi na, umalis na sila eh.
Can't it wait? Anyway, let's do one more round of this and then we'll make it to be continued. Because I doubt you'll be able to beat him with your luck right now as it stands.
So, tapusin na muna natin.
Hmm? No, like I said, we'll do one more round and
Okay.
it won't be possible to finish it. We'll be here another 1 hour if we do decide we're gonna try finishing this. Anyway,
Nililinis pa ng banyo si Mami pakakain.
as a quick recap, the battle started. Mata tried shooting.
Pakainit.
You got your ability, Bad Blood, and you shot it at Mata, making him feel as if he's got poison in his veins. In retaliation, he shot some blood at you. You dodged it, but there were a puddle of blood in where you tried to dodge. And the naked lady finally got out of her thing. I rolled. And yeah, she's here now. Give me your blood! The lady screams as she
Parang crazy girl.
and she finally manages to get away. Oh wow, I'm impressed. You actually managed to hold out against one of my slaves. She's one of the students I have. She's one of my classmates. She wouldn't leave me behind. She wouldn't stop pestering me. So I decided now she can be with me forever, just the way she wants it. And that baby blood guys are like, boy, you crazy. We're not gonna let that stand, right, Panacea? Meanwhile, Panacea, since she's already at level 3, is laughing hysterically. Hi! That's a very funny joke, but unfortunately I'm gonna have to punch you now. Anyway, it's the next round now. Panacea goes first.
Ano na gawin ko? Roll.
And you. At Blood Skelter level 3, you are drunk with power and cannot stop laughing hysterically. You gain advantage 2 on all your attacks and plus 3 defenses, but you can no longer take interrupt or focus actions. What do?
Fortitude.
Fortitude? Don't just
Or
fucking say
agility.
attributes without any rhyme or reason. Maybe we can try. The babies are like planning amongst themselves. Maybe we can try getting rid of that. But hey, according to the Blood Skelter thing, you've become stronger. So maybe we can use this to our benefit. But at the same time, if this keeps up, you might go fully insane, Panacea. What do you think we should do? Huh? What do you think we should do? I don't know. What do you think we should do?
Hindi na nakakapag-isip si Panacea. Yung mga inability na lang niya.
Alright, you're gonna attack Mata again.
Yeah.
That would be
With
Entropy.
the inability.
Entropy.
Entropy.
Let's just go hit him at the pain receptors.
2d6.
Yes, and with advantage too, thanks to Blood Skelter. Thanks to that Blood Skelter thing, I'm feeling stronger.
4, 1.
Roll 2 more d6.
Kasi may 4.
Because you have advantage, thanks to Blood
Tapos
Skelter.
11. So 15 na.
Roll 2 more d6s.
Roll 2 more. Oh! Double 2.
Alright, so it's a 4, a 2,
19.
and an 11. That is a 17.
19. 11.
Now you only keep the 2 highest.
Okay. Ano ba yan?
Alright. The bloods just go flying straight to Mata and stuff. We're gonna get you! If she goes crazy, we'll turn crazy too, and if she dies, we die too, and we can't exactly go having that. And Mata's like, I applaud you little guys for trying your best to defend your master, but unfortunately, you guys are too weak. Oh yeah, bet. And the babies, suddenly there's already someone, a baby behind Mata, and it's like, huh? Aha, you were too busy looking at the rest of the 3.
Wait
Did
nga,
you?
Jay. Sabi ko sa'yo, tapusin na natin.
But I like role playing. And we are already trying to finish things. I forgot how much crazy I made. Resisting duels are. So it's 12. Huh? You attacked Mata, which succeeded. Using some clever deception, one of the babies was able to hit Mata from behind and shot him with some damaging stuff. and he took some damage. Mata, in pain and unable to continue and wanting to get rid of his poison, with some opportunity, he moves back and tries getting rid of the poison. He tries looking through if he can find any serum in the laboratory, or at least make one very quickly. But unfortunately, he can't find any, and just falls down to the ground, starting to feel the poison kick in more and more. Meanwhile, the Naked Lady finally approached Panacea successfully, and now she's grappling Panacea, and Panacea is trying to hold her off. With what terrible situation Panacea has found herself in. Even with her new abilities, will she be able to fend off against the assault of the Naked Lady as well as Mata and his id? Find out next episode.
Okay. That's it, anak. I am so